Hello everyone and welcome to another Feed Army video. My name is Emmanuel and a few weeks ago Juan Farant has shared a post where the historical changes are now visible in the products page within Google Merchant Center. This used to be the case with Google Merchant Center Classic, where you could go on the product page where you see all your products and you could see the graph of the status of the products. So for example, limited, unapproved, approved, etc. And this has changed with Google Merchant Center Next, where it was located under the products page. Then you had to go to Needs Attention, and then you can click on the link View Historical Changes. Now, that is not a great location for this info, because what you want to do is when you go to the product page, you want to see the status immediately, what is going on in your account. Because, for example, what happens if a lot of products are disapproved? You can see that in a graph. Now, there was a way that you could see it, for example, on the dashboard, where you could see 4 different statuses. And let's have a look now. So you could see here, approved, limited, not approved, or under review, which is great if you want to just see what is happening today. But what if you want to see what is happening historically in the last 30 days? Well, you had to go all the way to products, Needs Attention, and then you click here, View History. Now, this is not really an area that I would be looking up this information for. Yes, it's all great to see all these extra details. For example, what is not approved and what needs attention. That is great. And that does fit in the concept of needs attention. But it doesn't fit in the concept of, okay, let's have a look at the products. I want to look at it. For example, go here. And then you want to basically see the graph here as it is now with the new UI changes that I've showed with you on the 14th of June, where the cog icon is now located on the left bottom corner in the menu, which is very easy to use, where all the menu items are collapsible. So this seems to be still on the old UI, and I'm sure this will also show on the new UI. So it is the same 4 points, so you can see the approved, limited, not approved, and under review, which is what we want to see. And the good thing is that you can then of course go up to 90 days to view all this info, which is even more important. For example, let's say a client made a change and you're not aware of that change. And then you can use this graph to specifically see, this is when it changed, and it seems to be due to that issue. Now, of course, what I do is I check the product details every time when I work on a client's account. So it's not like months go past without checking this detail. So it's on a weekly basis where this needs to be checked. But it is still great. And you can then, of course, see all the countries listed and also which of the channels, the marketing methods that you want to see. Now, one thing that I showed you in the previous section is that it doesn't show you all the needs attention issues, which is something that is great as well, but then you still need to go to needs attention, view history. So of course, if you have no issues, then you go to view history. Alternatively, if you have issues, then it will be a little link here in the right corner. So we go back, view history, and then of course it shows you then all the issues that you need to look at. Sometimes, as you can see, the funny thing is that there are no issues that appear here. But if you go to view history, then you do see all these issues. So it is always worth still going to needs attention, view the history, to really look at everything that needs to be resolved. It should be, actually, in all honesty, it should be listing all these issues here. I don't know why that is not the case, but I believe, for example, for invalid whole number, that is actually no longer an attribute used, sell on Google quantity, so that is no longer an attribute, but it still does show the error here. Low image quality image, that is quite interesting to see that here. And automatic item updates, that also should be on the needs attention tab. So it is really weird. Google is not 100% perfect with all this information, but at least it shows you and it demonstrates you that you have to go the extra mile to check everything. So don't just focus on the needs attention tab, like, oh, everything is fine, great, nothing to do, but click on the view history to view everything. So this still is actually not great, that we don't see everything under either the old products, the new graph that has been re-added, or the needs attention tab. So hopefully this video should be helpful for merchants to go the extra steps. So this is what I do every time when I improve things, when I fix things. I go through all the steps to look at what the issues are. And for example, if I'm making changes on the product information, which I usually do with a supplemental feed, I do track the historical changes, improvements for that specific product improvement that I've done pre and after the change, so that I can see, oh, I've made, for example, a title improvement that can be viewed. So for example, if the impressions drop after I made a change, I know that what I did was wrong, and then I can re-improve that specific change or revert back to what we had before. So that is a special technique that we're using, but I'll share a link of that video below so you can see how that works. So that's it for today. Thank you, Juan, for sharing this, because I didn't see it for quite a long time. So it's actually a week after he posted this that I could see it on some accounts. It's not on all accounts yet. So this is great. It's great to have such a great community on LinkedIn that people share this information so that we can all learn and improve our work ethics and methodology on Google Merchant Center and Google Shopping. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out or leave a comment downstairs. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.